everyone, it's Froggy, and I'm back again with another episode of Nicole. So this next cutscene takes place on December 20th. I'm just gonna go ahead and start. There are sounds of another team practicing at a nearby practice field. I wonder who it could be. I know it's not the football team, and the volleyball team usually practices in the gym. Does it matter, though? Honestly, I'm doing anything to distract myself from how nervous I'm feeling. I haven't done this before, and there's a very good chance that this is going to look incredibly dumb. I guess that's the risk I'm willing to take for Kurt. I practically had to beg the football coach to lend me the field for like 10 minutes. And don't get me started on what I had to promise the cheerleading coach. Needless to say, I'm going to be very personally acquainted with every nook and cranny of the female locker room coming spring semester, but it should be worth it if I pull this off. I'm all alone on the football field, right in front of the bleachers, as I wait for Kurt to arrive. He must be wondering what the heck I'm up to. I only texted him the time and told him to meet me at the football field. Time passes, and I grow even more nervous. What if Kurt doesn't even decide to show up? It's been a while since we last met up like this. What if he's just annoyed with me now? However, I don't have to entertain that thought for any longer once I see Kurt enter the field balanced on his crutches. I wave at him, drawing his attention, and I'm pretty sure he sees me, judging from his dropped jaw. What the heck are you wearing? Okay, not the greeting any girl wants to hear, but understandable. It must be strange to see me dressed in a cheerleading uniform. I have on white tennis shoes, the navy one-piece dress, the whole shebang. It's a cheerleading uniform, duh. Pretty cool, right? I borrowed it from the team. It's more hot than cool in my opinion, but what are you up to? You'll see, but for now, get up on the bleachers. It won't start until then. What's not going to start? Just get your butt on the bleachers, Madry. I point over at them, making it clear to save the rest of his questions until after what I have planned. Furrowing his brow, Kurt assents reluctantly and hobbles his way up the first row of seats. He places a crutch on the seat next to him and uses the other to rest his arm. My butt is on the bleachers. Okay, so... Wait, no. Kurt interrupts me before I can start, and I was just working up the nerve, too. What? You're ruining it! Sorry, but I told myself I'd say this to you first thing, and if I don't say it now, I might lose my nerve. Kurt takes a deep, exaggerated breath, just like the time he asked me out to dinner. Okay, so I know I said this before, but you were right. I thought about it after that day, and I never tried too hard. Just hard enough for me to feel justified in quitting, then nothing afterward. I guess it was easier to face. I'm Kurt freaking Madry. There's no way I wasn't awesome. Quitting on stuff that was hard, and focusing on stuff that was easy for me like football was just another way to boost my ego. I can't keep going on like that. I get it now. I'm only worth as much as I put in. Nothing more, nothing less. Hey Grave, I think I'm gonna end up changing my major. I looked it up, and I think I'm better fit for a degree in sports medicine. It might be harder than getting a business degree, and I won't be guaranteed a job right after school, but I figured to hell with it. I can do it if I want. Some things just take more effort, but those things usually end up being worth it in the end. I can say that about a lot of things. I can say that about you, Nicole. Kurt's grinning as he rises to his feet as best he can. His voice rises into a shout. I said it before, and I'll say it again. I like you, Nicole Grave. I like you a hell of a lot. I know I messed up, and I probably look like crappy boyfriend material, but I'll work my hardest to make you fall for me. Then you'll fall for me again and again. Looking at Kurt now, on his feet with a fist raised, it's like the old him has returned. He's just like that cocky, overeager guy I met way back in the boys' locker room. The guy who I would rather punch than speak to again if I had the chance. He's totally changed now. I think I am too. I'm blushing for Kurt's heartfelt declaration, and I twiddle with the end of my ponytail bashfully as I try to come up with a way to respond. Jeez, I should have known you'd do this. It's so like you to jump the gun. I'm super happy for you, Marjorie. I am, but Before I can finish that thought, there's a high-pitched collection of cheers from the side of the field. The cheerleading team comes running over behind me, and I offer Kurt an apologetic grin. You really should have let me finish before you went on with all that mushy stuff. The girls behind me giggle as they look at Kurt. His face turns a little red as he lowers himself back into the seat. What's the cheerleading team doing here? Hey, I told you I was gonna motivate you, didn't I? And isn't that what a cheerleader does? Chandra comes up behind me and hands me a set of pom-poms. Before she returns to her position, she places a hand on my shoulder and squeezes reassuringly. Now that they know Kurt has feelings for me, it's made this 10 times way more embarrassing. So get ready, Marjorie. Sit tight because this one's just for you. I check behind me to make sure the rest of the girls are in position, then raise the pom-pom to strike a pose. Hit it! The music blares over the field's loudspeakers, triggered by another member of the team up in the audio booth. Kurt only looks in amazement as we start. I'm kinda amazed that I'm doing this too. For starters, I'm not even a member of the cheerleading team. When I first got the idea to do this after my last meeting with Kurt, I wasn't even sure if I could pull it off. I'm not that athletic at all. Yet, look at me now. Here I am, dancing and actually in time with the other girls. I mean, I'm gonna leave all the flipping and jumping to them, but the basics, I got that down. Go, go, number 9. Stay in time, looking fine. Say it with us, M-A-D. Say it with us, R-Y, we. Marjorie, Marjorie, we love Marjorie. Marjorie, Marjorie, go, go, Marjorie. Kurt is beside himself in laughter, and it only gets more amused and loud as he hears the cheer the girls wrote for him. It was my idea, of course, but I left the actual writing and stuff to the professionals. Okay, fine. I wrote, like, all of it. I hope he doesn't think it's dumb. Kurt's clapping along now, and the girls and I discard our pom-poms and get into formation for lifts. Oh man, I was dreading this part. You would be too if you were one of the ones getting lifted into the air. There are 5 of us that are going to get lifted. With me in the middle, Chandra reassures me that the girls on the team can support me, but it's still nerve-wracking just having their bare hands as support. According to them, this is the best way to make an impression, but there has to be something else that doesn't involve me dying. Come on, girls, say it loud. Star quarterback, we're super proud. All together now, K-U, woo! Shout it real loud now, add an RT. I brace my hands against the shoulders of the 2 girls supporting me and place my foot in the middle of their hands. Here goes nothing. Kurt, Kurt, go, go, Kurt! My body's lifted into the air and I beg myself not to fall. I brace both of my feet against my base's hands and throw my own into the air. Kurt, Kurt, we love Kurt, woo! Now here comes another scary part. I slightly gulp, force a smile, and jump up, leaning back as I fall so the girls underneath me can catch me in their arms. They're pushed back as I land, but still manage to steady me on my feet. I'm breathing hard as we all give a finalizing pose. The music fades away and everyone starts cheering and laughing and clapping. Chandra and some of the other girls even manage to catch me in a congratulatory hug. From the bleachers, Kurt is up from his seat, clapping hard. He holds a hand to the side of his mouth and hollers a supportive woo! It looks like I didn't mess up after all. Kurt looks astonished in the good way, and I grin tiredly back at him as I notice he's looking right at me. Finally, the girls release me from their grip and Kurt waves at us to try and get our attention. That was sweet, you guys. How'd you do that? You're not even on the cheerleading team, Nicole. Tell me about it. Whew, hold on. I place my hands on my sides and start to breathe slowly until I'm back to normal breathing rhythm. I seriously need to exercise more. The girls of the cheerleading team start laughing, and I feel like I'm in the middle of some weird sitcom situation. I practiced with the cheerleading team for like days to get this routine down. I was totally sure I messed up in some places, but I wanted to motivate you, Madry. I get a little self-conscious when I think about what I'm going to say in front of Kurt and all of these other girls. Oh man, some of them are going to hate me for this, but no point in thinking about that now. When I was practicing my butt off to learn this routine, I'd think about you. Not like in some weird, cheesy way, but I wanted to be like when you play football. When I watch you play, I don't know, it's like your spirit is sweeping me up into everything you do, and that's what I wanted to do to you. I wanted to boost your spirit with my own. You can't be the only one who works hard. I'll have to as well, and I should start by not putting off something you deserved an answer to a long time ago. Sorry about that, but I'm ready to answer you for real now, if you want to listen. Kurt's expression changes into that usual smirk as he saunters up to the banister of the bleachers and rests his arm against it. I'm all ears. I grin back at him and take a huge breath. Not out of nerves, though. I'm going to make sure I'm super clear. I like you, Kurt Madry. My entire body juts forward as I yell out this confession. Go out with me, you big dope. The other girls around me cheer supportively while I just stand there and blush. Kurt's doing the same, and I see him laugh to himself and only scratch his head bashfully. All of a sudden, I hear Chandra's voice slowly begin chanting, Kiss, kiss, kiss! What? Oh my gosh. And now they're all joining in? Some of the girls even grab their pom-poms off the ground and shake them in suspense. Without my consent, my feet march forward toward the bleachers before I can even think any better, and Kurt's already ducking below the banister to try and meet me halfway. He leans above me now, unsure of what to do. Of course, now that it's come to this point, we're both too shy to proceed. Oh well, just typical us. Are you going to kiss me or what? Kurt smirks down at me and cups my chin with his fingers. Our eyes meet. My breath hitches as I lose myself in his gaze. Is this it? I swallow silently as I take in Kurt's features, his chin, the crease of his brow, and the feel of his fingers as they brush against my skin. If you insist. He leans down and presses his mouth against mine. As I close my eyes to fall into the warmth of his lips, I can hear the cheerleading team cry scandalously at the sight. We stay like this for a moment, losing ourselves in the intimate gesture. Once we separate, Kurt grins cockily at me with swollen lips. You know, I knew you'd fall for me one day. I push his shoulders, giggling. Jeez, this guy. So it's your turn to give me an answer now. What do you say, Kurt? Be my boyfriend? Kurt makes a show of thinking it over. He hums in thought loudly and cocks his head from side to side. Suddenly he starts laughing. Nah, faking was never my style. What do you think? Hell yes, I'll be your boyfriend. We both share a laugh as it finally becomes official. I honestly can't stop smiling. Kurt's a serious dork, but I guess he's my dork now. So if we're dating now... He looks at me as though to make sure, and I laugh. Yes, we're dating now. Phew. I was just gonna say that this calls for something special. I cock my head as I watch Kurt back up from the banister. Carefully, on his good foot, Kurt hops in place, hands up and fingers pointed to the sky. Then he settles down, looks straight at me, and shoots me double barrels, this time with a wink. Even without him saying anything, I know what he's going on about. I feel the same way, too. Here at the football field, where Kurt found his first aspirations, it's only fitting he makes the discovery of another. I jokingly mouth the words, just as Kurt unleashes one last cheer. Touchdown, baby. So this is the start of Kurt's super special awesome ending. So I'm going to end this episode here. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you want to see the next episode and more episodes like it, just click the eye at the top, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching.